So I'm going to be adding and subtracting mixed fractions. So I've got the first one, 3 2/5 plus 2 2/3. The first thing I need to do is change the mixed fractions to top heavy fractions. And the way I do this is I do the 3 times the 5, which is 15, add on the 2, which is 17, over the same denominator. And then 6 times 3 is 18, plus the 2 is 20, again over the same denominator. Then I need to find a common denominator, so I can just do 5 times 3, so I'm going to get that ready, which is 15. And I need to find the numerators, so I need to compare the denominators. How do I get from 5 to 15? Times by 3, and I need to do the same to the top to get an equivalent fraction. So 17 times 3, 7 times 3 is 21, 1 times 3 is 3, add on the 2 is 51. How do I get from 3 to 15? Times by 5, I need to do the same to the top, so that's 100. Now I can just add the numerators because the denominators are the same. That's 151 over 15, and that's the answer to the first one. Let's have a look at another one. So I've got 3 3/4 plus 2, 1 2/5. So then I need to do 3 times 4 is 12, add on the 3 is 15 over 4, plus 1 times 5 is 5, add on the 2 is 7 over 5. Again, I need a common denominator, so I'm going to use 20 because 4 times 5 is 20. Then comparing denominators, how do I get from 4 to 20? Times 5 times the top by 5, so 15 times 5 is 75. Then I need to get from 5 to 20 by timesing by 4, same to the top, 28. I'm going to do an addition on the side. 5 plus 8 is 13, 7, 8, 9, 10, so it's 103 over the same denominator. You don't add the denominators, so this one wouldn't be 40. Another thing you could do is change this back into a mixed number, but it's not necessary to do that, so I'm not going to do that. But always check if the fraction can be cancelled or not, because you will be required to cancel the fraction down, but these particular ones can't be. Let's do some subtractions. So again, changing to top heavy, 3 times 6 is 18, add on the 5 is 23 over 6. 1 times 4 is 4, add on the 2 is 6 over 4. I could use 24 as a common denominator, but I'm not going to use 24 because it's a smaller one. So let me just write my 6 times table out. And the 4 times table. So we can see here that actually 12 is the lowest common multiple, so I'm going to use that as my common denominator. It's better to use 12 than 24 because the numbers that you are dealing with will be smaller. So how do I get from 6 to 12? Times by 2 times the top by 2, so that's 46. How do I get from 4 to 12? Times by 3, same to the top, that's 18. And then I'm going to do a subtraction. 46, take away 18. I'm going to take 1 from the 4. 16 minus 8 is 8. 3 minus 1 is 2. So that's going to be 28 over 12. Because they're both even, I can cancel these. I can divide the top and bottom by 2. And I can actually go further, divide by 2 again, the top and the bottom. So my final answer is 7 over 3. I could have divided the top and bottom by 4 to get straight to the final answer, but you can halve and halve again if you prefer. Next one, again, changing to top heavy. 5 times 2 is 10, add on the 1 is 11 over 2. 1 times 4 is 4, add on the 2 is 6 over 4. Looking for a common denominator. I'm not going to use 8. I could use 8, but I'm going to have to do more cancelling at the end. So writing out my times tables, we can see that we can actually use 4. 4 is the lowest common multiple, so we can use that as the common denominator. How do I get from 2 to 4? Times by 2, times the top by 2, so that's 22. How do I get from, well, the second one, it's already at 4, so I can just leave that. That fraction doesn't need changing. And then I can subtract the numerators, so that's going to be 16 over 4. And actually this calculation can be done and the answer will be whole, so 16 divided by 4 is 4. And sometimes your answers may be whole numbers too. So that's that one. And the final one is when we get a mixed number and just a normal fraction, and all we need to do here is just change the first one into a top heavy fraction. So 3 times 8 is 24, add on the 5 is 29. And I'm just going to write the 7 over 12 as it is. Looking for a common denominator, so I've got 8, 16, 24. I can use 24 instead of whatever 8 times 12 would be. So I'm going to use 24. That is the benefit of writing out your times tables. You can spot the lowest common multiple. So I need to get from 8 to 24. So I'll do that by timesing by 3. So 29 times by 3. 3 times 2 is 6, 7, 8. That's 87. And I can double the second one and the top. So that's 14. And then I need to do 87 minus 14. 73 over 24, and that can't be cancelled.